channel. My name is Shirley Howard and I'm a fashion reseller on Poshmark and eBay. My main focus is Poshmark, but I am getting better at eBay. So if you're interested in fashion reselling or Poshmark or eBay, hit that subscribe button below and you'll be notified when new videos are released. If you hit the bell, you'll actually get a sound when new videos are released. So today's video is going to be a combination of things. I'm going to go over my top 20 sales for 2020. I'm going to go over what I actually sold in 2020, so how much money did I make in 2020, and I'm going to go over my goals for 2021. Stay tuned for the end. I'm actually going to tell you a little bit about me and what I know about reselling in general, not just fashion reselling, and hopefully you'll join me in 2021 as we try to grow our business. So to start with, I'm going to look at what we did for 2020. And I just ran the sales report from Poshmark. You can download your sales report. It'll send it to you in an Excel spreadsheet. You can sort that a zillion different ways and figure out what you sold in the previous year or whatever time frame that you'd like to look at. So looking back at some of these sales, which I printed out because I'm not going to remember all 20, some of them stand out and some of them I had completely forgotten about. So it's not always about how much money you made. It's kind of like what happened recently. So let's see what happened in 2020. So my sales in this period from 2020, I did from $75 up to a $300 sale. I would love to have more $300 sales, but that'll come into my strategy session later in this video. So my first sale of the 2020 is a pair of black wax jeans by Spanx. They sold for $75 and I paid $5.50. So one of the important things that you need to do when selling, fashion reselling, or selling anything online, know the cost of your good so you can tell how much money you're going to make from a sale. So low, 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 low buying, high, high, high selling. The next one is a pair of vintage riding boots, and these also sold for $75. They were more of a vintage style, which I had intended to put on Etsy, but if you watch my other videos, I'm not great at doing anything on Etsy, and it's probably my least favorite platform. The next item is a Lululemon Crossbody Bag that sold for $80. I did pay up a little bit for this bag. I believe it was $20, and I bought it from a private seller through Facebook Marketplace. And, you know, trying to pay up for some items is a good idea, and again, that's going to be part of my strategy for 2021. The next item is a pair of Clark's men's boots. Again, I'm sourcing these items for $5.50, $5, $6. I'm trying to keep that cost of goods down. And again, these sold for $80. The next one is a Zara Jacket. So if you've watched my $10,000 thrift haul video, if not, I will link that here. I bought this Zara Jacket for $5, brand new with tags. And I have sold some of the stuff from that whole thrift haul lot that I did. It's over 3 different videos. Some of the stuff that I saved is a lot of men's golf shirts, Tommy Hilfiger golf shirts, which I'll post later in the spring. Right now I'm trying to get some of my winter stuff posted online before we start hitting into that warmer weather soon. And I'll be looking to list those summer items or spring items a little bit later in February. It's just probably what I'll do it. The next one is another pair of Spanx. Sourcing these for $5.50. Sold them for $90. Listen, if you find Spanx, buy them. I have several other items on Spanx that I have sold around that $70 mark. I just had to cut this list off at 20 because I could be here all day, and Lord knows you don't want to listen to that all day. If I see Spanx, I'm picking it up. That's the end of the story. If I see Spanx, I'm picking it up. Sometimes I go through this thrift store and I go through really quickly because I don't have time. And I will specifically go to the jeans section and go, do I see any Spanx or Torrid? Do I see any Torrid? Even though Torrid doesn't give me a lot of money, it brings a lot of people to the closet. So Spanx is a good item. The next is a pair of True Religion jeans. They were sold for $92. I bought these for $5.50. You guys are going to know my prices as well as I do by the end of watching these what sold videos because it stays about the same. So I bought them at the thrift store right after the thrift stores opened up again, after the close down that we had here in the East due to COVID. So when they opened, this thrift store that I go to that's local, that I buy a lot of my stuff from, they completely emptied the store, completely emptied it over the period of months that they were not allowed to be open. When they were allowed to open again, they completely restocked the store, and let me tell you, I bought so many things that I still have stored downstairs in my laundry room that I don't even want to look at, because Lord knows there's a lot of stuff there. I found the best things. There's just some amazing things, because everything was coming in there was all new and fresh. And all of this stuff is imported from the U.S. and it's coming from Nordstrom, and it's coming from Macy's, it's coming from LL Bean. So I get really, really great brands, but at a really low price. So these jeans had a tag on them for retail sale, I think it was $335. They were a small size, takes a specific person, but selling them for $92, that was a great profit. The next item is another pair of boots. Again, they came from the same thrift store. We're looking at that $5 cost. Sold them for $96. I love selling things at high prices, and I can't wait to get to the strategy part of this video because I have some things I need to do. The next is a Ralph Lauren handbag. I sold it for $100. This is my biggest sale up to this point. I was so excited to sell this for $100. I couldn't believe somebody paid $100 for it. I bought it at a Salvation Army thrift store, $2.99. $2.99. So I put it on Poshmark at a high price, just hoping somebody would come along. This was earlier last year, and I really didn't get into serious selling on Poshmark till about May or June of last year. So I didn't have that many listings, and I didn't know what was going to happen. So a $100 sale was so exciting, and I was so anxious to get that sent off. And that kind of gave me the Poshmark bug, so I was like, oh, I can do this. I can sell more product. Next item is a home goods item. It's a mixer. It's a hand mixer. I actually won this in a, I don't remember how I won it, but I did win this, so I didn't pay anything for this mixer. And I just threw it online for no reason at all. They were just starting to put home goods on Poshmark, so yeah, let's try it. It was been in my closet and just sitting around. I threw it on. I think I put $110 on it, and a customer came through, offered me $100. I'm like, perfect, cost me nothing. Sell it. And I'm never using it. I was never going to use it. Never. Next item is a pair of J. Crew boots. These were so interesting. Again, right after the stores opened up after the pandemic and we could get back into the thrift stores, these are J. Crew Leopard hair sneakers. So they had like cow hair on them, cow hair sneakers. Size 10, big size, weird pattern. What was the market for this? I had no idea what the market was for this, because back a few months ago, I didn't even have data on my phone, so I didn't look anything up at the thrift store. I just bought it and hoped for the best. Even now, I like to kind of not really look it up at the thrift store, but go with my instincts and hopefully, you know, we're right and we make some money off them. So these sold for $100, and I was like floored that they actually sold for $100. I thought I'd be sitting on them for a really long time. They sold really quickly. And J. Crew doesn't tend to sell quickly for me, but these sold very quickly. Next is a snow jacket. This is a Mammoth, if I'm saying that correctly, snow jacket. It sold just recently because we are in the winter season, and I sold that for $100, and the purchase price on that would have been $5. So again, you're noticing the trend. The next is a ladies' Max Zaria dress. Kind of interesting, the BCBG name. It doesn't seem to move quickly for me, but I still try and pick it up because I still think it's a great brand. And this dress sold for $110. So some things do well, some things don't do well. And it's all about learning what works and what doesn't in your own closet. So I watch a lot of what sold videos. It doesn't mean what other people sell will sell for me. So I really have to know my market. And I will recommend that if you don't know how to run your sales report, figure out how to run your sales report and find out what brands are selling for you. Find out what your average cost per product is, so where you're selling your products at, what's your most common price point. Really important. It's really interesting to have a look at some of those things and find out what's happening in your closet. I recognized in my closet I sell a lot of LL Bean, I sell a lot of Roots, I sell a lot of Spanx. So those are the brands that I always go to because I know they're going to sell for me. Next item is, again, a pair of LL Bean duck boots. These are size 14. They were men's size 14, a really, really large size. Sold them for $125, and yes, you guessed it, we're at that $5 price point for those boots. And I have picked up a couple other pair of LL Bean duck boots, sold some of them on eBay. So if I ever see those at the thrift store, I'm picking those up. And for $5 and getting $125 out of that, that's a 100% all day, every day. Gonna make that purchase. Next item is, well, we have a couple Roots items coming up. Roots, this one here is a bomber jacket, and I bought this at a thrift store. It wasn't a $5 item. I believe I paid $15 for this jacket. And again, we'll talk about buying up a little bit later in the video. So this jacket sold for $135. It actually sold relatively quickly. It was more of a vintage item. And again, didn't come from the thrift store I typically go through. It came through Value Village or Savers. Why it was priced so low, I don't know, because Value Village or Savers, their prices are all over the map. I just picked up a Roots jacket there last week for $15, and I was back a couple days ago, and they had things like Columbia jackets priced at $40. So I don't understand their pricing at all. The next item is a pair of Roots boots. These are a natural Roots boot. They roll over at the top, and they also sold for $135. So Roots really holds its value for me. Next item, Michael Kors. Again, another brand that sells well for me. This is a Michael Kors Parka men's jacket. It sold for $140. This would have also been from my $10,000 thrift haul video, and I paid $5 for this jacket, so a tremendous amount of profit at $140. Next item is a Michael Kors purse. I sold it for $150. This was from my own closet. It was something else that I had won. It wasn't someone didn't buy it for me and I sold it. It was something I actually won, brand new with tags, had been sitting in my closet for about 3 years. I have one identical to it that's just in a different color that I use, so I really didn't need to. So I put it on the website at $150 just to see what would happen. And again, it sold really quickly, so maybe I need to get more into some handbags. And my last item that sold, the highest priced item for me for the entire year, were these Stuart Weitzman boots. They sold for $300. I did buy them for $9.99 at at Savers, Value Village, depending on where you live, less 20%. So $300, I was thrilled with that sale. So overall, in 2020, my sales were pretty good. I'm really happy with how 2020 actually worked out. I didn't really have any goals in 2020. So if I back it up just a touch, I had my 1-year Poshiversity from joining Poshmark. So I joined Poshmark as a buyer, not as a seller, as a buyer. And as I was looking at things online, I was going, I think I can probably do this. I think I can do it. I think I can probably do it. I used to go to thrift stores a lot, then I just stopped doing it. More so when my kids were little, I would buy them things there like Oshkosh and brand names that little kids just don't actually wear that product out. And then I kind of get out of the habit of thrifting. And, you know, getting into Poshmark, it kind of put me back into that mindset. And I started at Poshmark, like hopefully most of you did, with selling things out of my own closet. And what I learned about Poshmark was just because it's something I like, doesn't mean it's going to sell well on Poshmark. So understanding what sold on Poshmark for me, looking at what sold for other people, it gave me a framework for what I thought I could do on Poshmark. So for the first 4 months of the year of 2020, I really was just getting into Poshmark. I was trying to learn it, figure it out. I had seen the commercials, and it says, just put it on the website, and that's it, it'll sell. It's a lot more work than that. It was a way more work than what I actually thought it was going to be. And it took a long time to ramp up to a point where I'm really comfortable with Poshmark now, and I really know what I'm doing at this point. But the first few months are grueling. Sometimes you feel like you're never going to get any traction and that you're just never going to be successful. And it's something that you need to, if it's something you want to do, you have to believe that eventually it'll click, and you have to persevere even through the tough times. So even though things were moving slowly and I thought I was doing all the right things, and I actually was doing the right things, it's just based on, getting in there, getting listings, being part of that algorithm and being active on the platform. And I really learned to understand how all that worked. And as I was listing more products, things started to turn around for me. So I really only sold online for about 8 months of last year. Really seriously, 8 months of last year. And my goal around that May timeframe was I want to be successful on Poshmark, and my goal at that point was to increase the number of items in my closet. So I was in a phase where I was buying and listing, and that was my focus last summer, was listing and listing and listing as much product as I could every single day, because I wanted to get my closet to a point where I could actually make and sustain daily sales. So I went up pretty quickly, but of course I'm selling and listing, so sometimes it's hard to get that number up. Right now I think I have 805 active listings on Poshmark, and with that many listings I have enough variety in men's, women's, enough variety in sizes from small up to extra large or 4XL that I feel I can maintain daily sales, and I have been maintaining daily sales. There is the odd day where it's kind of an anomaly and something doesn't happen, but then maybe the next day you sell twice as many items. So I don't want to really grow that number. It's manageable for me to be able to post 5 items a day on Poshmark, be able to source that many items through the week, and manage it with my full-time job, because Poshmark is not my full-time job. So I squeeze it in at night when I have the time. So what did I actually sell in terms of dollars on Poshmark? Let's look at it maybe as that 8 months, and I'll tell you what I made on Poshmark, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace to see what happened as a part-time reseller in about an 8-month period. So on Poshmark, I sold $18,000 worth of products. I sold just over 800 items for $18,000. That number is kind of staggering to me. Like I said, I didn't get into Poshmark seriously, and I really didn't intend to take it to the level that I am today, where I'm not only selling every day, I'm also doing videos about selling. So it really kind of snowballed, and I'm really having a good time selling, reselling on Poshmark. So I will continue to do it in 2021. So $18,000 on Poshmark. On eBay, I sold $2,570, which I'm just starting to get traction on eBay, and hopefully that will start to come a little bit. I sold on Etsy $155. I sold 2 things on Etsy, but again, if you watch any of my old videos, I talk about Etsy and how I don't list things on there like I should. It's why I don't have sales there. I really don't focus on that platform. And on Facebook Marketplace, I sold $2,000 worth of stuff, and that's from people picking it up in my home. And I only started selling on Facebook Marketplace around September, only for a couple of months. I really didn't do it in like December time, because we were in COVID, still in COVID times. I just don't like selling on Facebook Marketplace. I don't like people coming to my house to pick up stuff. It just feels really weird to me. So overall, as a fashion reseller in 2020, I sold $22,724.53, which I think is pretty amazing, considering it's just something that I did. I'll call it for fun, because that's what I'm doing with it. I'm selling it for fun, and a little bit of effort really went a long way, and I was really excited to see that. I remember when I first started on Poshmark, and I was looking on my phone, and I was going, oh, look, I've made $1,000. I'm so excited. And I said to my daughter, I said, oh my God, I can't wait till I hit $3,000. Well, almost $23,000 later, did I hit my $3,000? Yes. The reason we were talking about what I was making on Poshmark was because my daughter and I planned to go to Disney in the end of June. She's a teacher, so she's off in the summers. And I wanted to make enough money on Poshmark to pay for that vacation. That was my motivation months and months ago. But as the world knows, we did run into a pandemic, which we are still in. So there was no travel anywhere. So we didn't get to go to Disneyland, but the money is still sitting in my Poshmark account. I haven't transferred a cent anywhere. And maybe someday next year in 2022 we'll be able to travel. But that motivation of getting enough money to take a vacation with my daughter kind of snowballed into, now I'm really looking to see what we can do with this money. And I haven't spent a cent of it. It's every cent I've earned fashion reselling sits in the bank account of wherever I put it, when it, either through PayPal or Poshmark. Just waiting to see what I want to do with that someday. And again, it's like I say, it's fun for me, so I'm not, in a big rush to get that into my bank account. And I'm anxious to see what happens in 2021. So that was what happened in 2020. So what do I want to do in 2021? So my goal as a daily sales in 2020, if you watch any of my videos, was to sell about $100 a day, which is $700 a week. I decided that about a 20% increase in sales would be very reasonable, which puts me close to about $850 a week. So I'm looking to sell another $150 per week on Poshmark or eBay, either platform. I'm also, as another goal, is to cross-list more items on eBay. So I had 800 items on Poshmark, 250 items on eBay, so I need to cross-list to have a better chance of selling. If you're not cross-listing your items from Poshmark to something else, maybe it's something that you want to look at doing. Start off slow like I did, and again, I'm still starting off slow with eBay. I did get a sale today of electronics that I put on eBay, so I'm kind of branching out. So it'll come, it just takes time. So I'm in that painful stage of eBay trying to get daily sales, and I hope that will come. If I look in terms of increasing $150 a week, it could be simple as selling 3 $50 items more a week. 3 more items at $50 a week will get me to my $850. That's a pretty realistic goal. Now, to go along with that goal, I've also wanted to look at my closet and examine what's actually in there. And I don't want to grow that number. 800 seems to be a great number for getting daily sales. I'm meeting my sales targets. Everything is fine. I actually want to start taking some things out of my closet. I want to raise the price of stuff in my closet. So I'm going to start sourcing higher valued items that sell for a higher price. I still want to keep my cost of goods as low as possible, but I might look into some retail arbitrage and pulling that listing price up just a touch to see what will happen. So I really haven't gotten into retail arbitrage because this is not my full-time job, but in 2021 it's something I'm going to look at to try and pull up those prices in my closet. So clear out some of those lower value ones. I'll take them out of my closet. I'll donate them back to the thrift store. Over the last month I've already taken out 200 items that I just donated back to the thrift store. I don't really want to be bothered with them, to be honest. I did another video recently, and it's called The Sales I Don't Want. I don't want to sell anything under $20. I just don't. And I don't have to. I can do whatever I want with Poshmark. But if you look at it, I can sell 1 item for $60 or 6 items for $10. I don't want to be selling items for $10. There's just no money in it. Even though I said this is for fun, I am also looking to make money off this deal. So I'd rather sell 1 item for $60 than 6 items for $10. I buy 1 item, I pay for 1 item, I take pictures of 1 item, I inventory 1 item, sell 1 item, ship 1 item, go to the post office. There's more money in doing it once. If I sell items for $10, I have to take 6 pictures, I have to inventory 6 items, I have to put 6 of them on Poshmark. I might have to potentially send them to 6 different locations, so 6 times the packaging. So my goal is to not sell anything under $20, and I'm still not going to sell anything under $20 in 2021. There's the exception. I just sold a Harry Potter t-shirt for $18, so I'm not going to split hairs on a couple of dollars here and there. but I really want to work on getting that dollar value up in my closet. Now, I'm also looking to, as I increase Poshmark, so I'm going to keep my items at around 800. I'm going to raise my sales targets up to 850 a week, and I'm going to cross-list on eBay as much as possible to try and raise those prices and raise the sales that I have over the period of 2021. So I'm looking at growth, but I'm also looking at controlled growth because I now know what I need to know about Poshmark. So this kind of brings me to where we are right now, and that is on YouTube. So I am also looking to grow my YouTube channel. So in the few months I've had on YouTube that I started in 2020, and I can't believe I have a YouTube channel. It's just crazy to me. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I have 500 subscribers right now. If you have not subscribed to my channel, this would be a great time to do that. So I'm looking to double my subscriber list and move up to that 1,000 level of subscribers in 2021. If it gets higher, that would be even better. But I'm looking at some managed growth here as well. Getting YouTube channel up and started is a lot of work. It really is a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it, or else I wouldn't be doing this. So that's my YouTube goals as well. Now, one of the last things I want to talk about in this video is about myself. So I often tell you that I had no idea what I was doing with Poshmark, and that is true. I did not know how Poshmark worked. I spent a lot of time figuring it out. I study things. I'm very analytical. So I studied how things worked and what things were priced at, and I looked at what other people were doing it, and I put it all through my brain, and it filtered out, and I'm like, okay, then I figured out what I needed to do. So my background actually is, so I do have a background in all of this stuff that I'm doing here. So my background is actually in supply chain management. Now, supply chain management is a word you've probably heard a lot in the last few months in relation to the coronavirus. More specifically with getting the vaccines shipped, they talk about supply chain management all the time and how they're the problem with getting things shipped. So supply chain management, I actually have 3 professional designations in supply chain management. I've worked my entire career in supply chain management. And I've been teaching supply chain management and writing a course on supply chain management. So backing it up just a shade, when I graduated from university, I took a job in purchasing. And my job was, very specifically, my job was to find items for my company that our customers wanted to buy. So I had to look around the world and find products that my customers wanted to buy. I had to buy them at a low price, get them shipped to my warehouse. I had to store them in my warehouse. My salespeople then sold it to customers. So the whole target, buy low, have customers sell product. And I had sales targets on how much money I could spend. Now, with this company, I had millions of dollars a year to spend, which as a 22-year-old and someone says you have millions of dollars to spend, it's pretty incredible. After a while, it just kind of wears off. But my job was to spend somebody else's money, millions of dollars of someone else's money, and my job was to make a profit. That was my job, make a profit. So I had to find out what people liked. I had to go to trade shows and find out what's new in the marketplace. It was a food company, so I had to eat a lot of cheesecake. There are some benefits to some of these jobs as well. So I spent my whole life looking for product that people wanted to buy that you could make money from. And that's what Poshmark is. Finding product people want to buy that you can make a profit from. Same scenario, except for I'm spending my own money and not millions of dollars of someone else's money. So I've really been planning for this job my entire life. A big part of this job is also inventory. And I know I've had people reach out and say, how do you inventory your items? How do you find them? In the beginning, I did not have a system. I didn't have that many items. When you get 800 or 1,000 items, you need a system. And I do. I have an Excel spreadsheet that I maintain, that I list everything I purchase, what I purchased it for, and then I have my Poshmark sales report that tells me what I sold it for. So I know if I'm making money or not. And it's one of those things, a lot of items that I buy, the prices stick in my head because I'm really good at memorizing numbers. just a haphazard of the job. So I'm really good at, remembering all that information and, putting it away and being able to find it quickly when this is a part-time job is really important as well. So I need to come home at night, print off a shipping label, go to a bin, pull out the item, put it in a bag, and get it shipped out as fast as possible. I don't have a whole lot of time to spend on it. So my inventory system, my put away, my pick, and my ship system is pretty fast. I can do things pretty quickly. But again, that comes with experience and knowing what you have and where to find it. And one of the other things that comes with inventory as well, when we spend money on inventory, let's just say you have $1,000 to spend. You want to spend that $1,000 to get the best return back. So if I buy items that aren't selling, then that money's sitting there and I can't spend it again because I have inventory that I paid with. I don't have that money. And I don't get that money back till I sell something. So having items that don't sell is not good. Even though if they're not high-priced items, you still want to move things through your store. So you need to know how much you need to sell. And maintaining sales, like if you want to be a daily sales, if you want to have daily sales, you can't have 20 items. It's just really hard to maintain that with a low number. So what I typically hear from people is around 300 mark. And again, I have a lot of bag day videos where I pay practically nothing for stuff, but I know the cost of those goods. So having a lot of money tied up in inventory that's not selling is not good for you either. So you want to buy products that people will purchase from you so you can recycle that money and put it back into your business. And that's one of the recommendations I'll make for those of you out there that are looking to build your business. One of the biggest mistakes people make is not reinvesting in their business. So let's just say you start with $1,000, you buy product and you sell product. Reinvest in your own business, buy more product, build your business, get your sales up to where they can be where you want them to be, not where I want mine to be, but where you want yours to be. So reinvest that money in your business if you don't need it for your living income and you're doing this for something as a side hustle or for fun. The best way to grow it is to invest in yourself and grow that business. So, as I said, I've been training for this job my whole life. And my goals, I just laid them out for you for 2021. And if you want to grow your business or your side hustle or something you do for fun in 2021, hit that subscribe button below. I'm going to work on more videos in 2021, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I do to get daily sales, exactly what I do to make money, how I source, how I list, how I price, how I put things in inventory, how I ship. I'm going to give you the goods and everything that I do, and I'm not charging any money for this. There's people out there that are selling you Poshmark, how to be successful in Poshmark. You don't need to buy a program to learn how to sell on Poshmark. You can find everything already on YouTube. So I wouldn't go out and spend a lot of money if I were you on courses people are selling. You really don't need to do that, and I'm going to give you all that for free in 2021. So subscribe to the channel. It won't cost you anything. The last thing I wanted to kind of put out there too is my kids tell me that I sound very teachery in my YouTube videos, and I do, because I spent the last 6 years actually teaching the things that we're doing right now. So all the things I'm telling you that you need to do to be successful in Poshmark, I spent 6 years teaching that at a local college. And right now, currently, and just coming up on a finishing of this project, I just wrote a 600-hour course for a local college on supply chain management. Again, all the things you need to make Poshmark run, plus a lot of stuff that we don't need to worry about. It's otherworldly for some of the stuff that we're doing. And again, I'm not charging you for any of this stuff. I am doing it strictly because I want you to be successful. I want to be successful. I want to have fun doing it. And I'm really happy to share any knowledge that I have with anyone out there that wants information. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments. And the last point I'm going to make, you might notice in my videos I talk about SKUs and product and buyers and sellers. And I kind of forget that I've been in an academic world talking about this stuff for so long, and in a business sense. A lot of people don't know what a SKU is. An SKU, a stock keeping unit, means one thing. So a t-shirt could be a SKU. So I'm trying to be cognitive of that when I'm talking, that I'm not trying to teach you all the technical terms you need for business. I need to teach you in a practical way that tells you that you can sell product on Poshmark. And just before I go, one of the things I want to do on Poshmark is sell things that are more fun. So I'm not going to just sell shirts and pants and shoes and clothing items. I want to pick up stuff like this Disney phone, and sell some of the stuff on eBay. So I do want to branch out of just doing clothes, and I have some room in my life to do things that are fun. So I want to try sourcing things that are more fun. And those are my plans for 2021. That is who I am, and this is what you can expect from me. So thank you for watching, and on your way out, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things Poshmark and eBay to help you get through 2021. Drop me a note in the comments if you have any questions or ideas for videos. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy these videos, so I know people want to watch them, and I'll keep doing them. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.